Teď přichází začátek odborného programu. Víte, že ten první den odpoledne vždycky máme několik keynote speakerů. Míváme tady keynote speakery ze zahraničí. A protože všichni si pamatujeme, že teď běží ty 3 roky česko-německé spolupráce intenzivní, na které jsme se dohodli, pamatujeme si, že jsme tady podepisovali memorandum o spolupráci s německými partnery, tak prvním keynote speakerem bude náš německý host, německá hostka, paní Ulrike Krass, která bude vyprávět o tom, jakým způsobem se proměnilo německé knihovnictví v době pandemie, jak vlastně vypadají knihovny po pandemii, jakým způsobem se proměnilo prostředí, ve kterém pracují. Paní Ulrike Krass teď si dovolím představit a přejdu do angličtiny. Ulrike Krass has been working in public libraries in Germany for many years, now as deputy director in Freiburg, a city near the Black Forest and close to the border of France and Switzerland. After concentrating on marketing, she is now focusing on organization and customer services. Further, she is also responsible for the branch libraries, including mobile library, section for children, music, and reference services in the central library. Her main motivation as a librarian is to enable people participating in society through free and equal accesses to information of any format. This is her vision for a progressive, forward-looking viability for libraries. Since the beginning of her professional career, she has been active in the German Association of Information and Library Professionals, BIB, and her main emphasis is to support professional development at libraries in general. So I'm now about to give Ulrike her floor, and at the same time I invite you to use Slido to ask your questions if you have any. You can do it during the presentation, you can do it at the end of the presentation as you wish. Ulrike, yours is a floor.
So, thank you very much for your friendly introduction. Dobrý den. As you mentioned, did you mention? I am a member of the IFLA Public Library section, and Lenka Brudskova and I are colleagues in this section. Hi, Lenka. Let me give you a short overview over the next few minutes. First of all, I'm going to give you some information about Freiburg and my library. After that, I will talk about trends and news we observed during the last year when we could return back to normal. Was it really back to normal? Any surprises? Did we save something from the activities we created during the pandemic? Let's see. Freiburg is a knot in the triangle of 3 countries, France, Germany, and Switzerland. There are common roots which give the region a cross-border consciousness. Geographically, the River Rhine is a link. You can see it in the graphic, the blue line. Switzerland in the south, France in the west, and Germany east. But there is also a common humanistic tradition. For example, in Erasmus of Rotterdam, the famous humanist of the 16th century. He lived in Basel and Freiburg with influences into the Alsace in France. On top, the language, the dialect spoken in the different parts is Alemannic, so people can understand each other. Freiburg has about 234,000 inhabitants and about 33,000 students. So Freiburg is a young and growing city with a wide range of cultural events, concerts, theater, and literature. I've learned that Olomouc is similar, smaller, but also a historic setting with many students. The Freiburg Public Library is a library network with a central library in the city center at the 700-year-old cathedral. You see the cathedral and the view from the cathedral to the library. This was an extra activity by myself, climbing up on top of the cathedral spire to take this picture, especially for you. There are 3 branch libraries and 1 Ferrari red mobile library. Additionally, we are responsible for 40 school libraries, most of them in school for children from 6 to 10 for the younger kids. The Europe Direct Center is part of our library. Just for your orientation, there are some basic statistics. Just have a look and compare. The bottom line is, in Freiburg, we make a lot of our resources. I'm going to talk about the trends in German libraries now on the background of the last 2 or 3 years. In March 2020, libraries around the globe were closed, and all of us had to be very creative in finding solutions to stay connected to our users. One aspect was organizational one. How could we protect staff and users, and how could we open libraries safely? In Germany, we had a wide variety in opening conditions, like click and collect, which means order your media by mail and collect it at a fixed appointment in the library. Sometimes media were given via an open window. Or click and meet. Visitors had to pre-book their visit in the library at a fixed time. Then a small number of visitors were allowed to enter the library at the same time. Additionally, we had to check the vaccination or testing proof of our visitors, really challenging. One aspect was on the organizational side. The other was a question of content. What could we offer online? The answer was a big push for more e-books, e-journals, e-papers. This was relatively easy because most of German public libraries, and Freiburg too, have a stock of e-media on a platform. We only had to buy more. Additionally, we started with films and music on additional platforms. To facilitate access to our online stock, we made online tutorials for our users and online storytelling. But we wanted to do something for the kids who were at home with homeschooling and missing their friends. So we bought a lot of board games for the families. Sounds old-fashioned, but was very popular. And the best publicity we ever had was our bike courier. You can see him on the slide. Children could order books, DVDs, and this brand new board games by email. We collected the items, and one of our colleagues, this colleague with excellent fitness, delivered it at home. The pandemic years had been a cut in our daily work and our visions concerning the role and function of the libraries in our communities. I suppose it is similar in your country and Germany that many people are questioning the public library itself. Noticing that internet seems to be so easy to use for everybody, and there are affordable streaming services like Netflix, some people ask if libraries are longer needed. Last year, we could slowly return to our normal opening hours. We put the chairs back to the library. Finally, the mobile library went back on the road. Question was, what about our libraries as third place? Will our users still need the library as a real place or only virtual? What about the use of digital and printed media? We expanded the number of digital media very much. Do we still need them? Will the printed media disappear totally? What shall we keep? What shall we reverse? These key topics were quite interesting last year. Let us think about trends we saw, expected and unexpected. Digitization, users, especially children, sustainability, role, our place in the community, international perspective from the perspective of my library. Sorry?
Can you go back?
Yep. Maybe. Yep. Next. Yeah. The key question was, what happened to our young users, the children? Will they come back to the library? The answer is...
Is that the one?
Back.
Sorry.
No, sorry, I'm a bit confused.
I think this is a...
Yep.
Is the one?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe yes. One back?
One back.
No.
Okay.
No, let it, leave it as it is. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have the answer. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Thank you. Yeah. We were not sure which development the digital media will take after the reopening of the library. What we could see is that the use of digital media remained on a high level, respectively increased after the reopening. People could borrow our printed books, and they did. But nevertheless, the number of digital use increased continuously and became higher and higher. You see the numbers from 19 to 2022, only the downloads. We have to observe this development this year and onwards, but I'm quite sure that it will remain on a longer trend, So on the long haul, we have to expand our digital stock continuously. During the pandemic, the German government launched a digital initiative called Wissenswandel. Libraries and archives could apply for projects with a digital reference. The given space was wide. Libraries wanted to buy robots, to build makerspaces or digital labs, to order databases, integrate RFID technique, or open library solutions. We applied for support to set up open libraries in 2 branches. 24 million euro, which is, hope you get it translated in Czech currency, were distributed on 750 projects nationwide. During the pandemic, the libraries took a giant step improving digital skills. Many library teams freshed up their digital skills and refuted the stereotype that librarians are experts only in books. By publishing online tutorials, useful databases, and much more, we pointed out that we are competent in the digital world. The key question was, what happened to our young users, the children? Will they come back to the library? The answer is yes. Children are back. We have a boom with loans on children's books. For me, this is a surprise. Comparing with 2019, we exceeded the number of loans of children's books last year. You see the numbers. First is children's section, all kinds of media, and second is only books, 2019 to 22. And we have these results despite we did enlarge our e-book collection for children as well. What are the reasons for this development? In the moment, we only can speculate about the reasons concerning children in the library. There are some options. Libraries are third places for children they have missed over the past few years a lot. And many families have to save money because of inflation, high costs for energy, and go to the library. But one is absolutely clear. This positive development shouldn't stop our initiatives. We can't relax. Not everything is fine. There are many parents who are not aware how important reading skills are and who are not bringing their children to the library. We know that 26% of the children in Freiburg in the age of 6 years are not able to speak German related to their age. So they need additional support. We, as libraries, are an important factor to level the playing field. What we pushed in the last years was the establishment of 40 school libraries in Freiburg, especially in schools. I mentioned it for the younger kids from 6 to 10. If the kids don't go to the books have to come to the children. We are a team of 3 in the library to provide the school libraries with media lists, with software and trainings. The school libraries get the new books ready to lend out, so we provide full service for them. Additionally, I want to talk about a project initiated by the German Reading Foundation, Stiftung Lesen. Stiftung Lesen acts as a stakeholder with a for reading promotion. It contributes to it through programs and political recommendations. One of these programs is Lesestart, Start Reading. It supports early infant development in the family. Families got 3 little bags, you see it on the slide, with a picture book when the toddlers are 1, 2, and 3 years old. Bag 1 and 2 at the pediatrician. You remember when the children don't come to the books have to come to the children. The third bag is in the library. Parents will be made aware of the relevance of storytelling and developing reading skills. We distribute hundreds of these little bags and hope we will be successful. This topic is not new in Freiburg. The city of Freiburg calls itself Green City. Protection of climate has priority for the city council. That is why Freiburg has good public transport, many bikers, and sustainable or even energy plus buildings. So the city of Freiburg participated early in working with sustainable goals. In the last years, libraries support the thought of sustainability to the point and in detail. Because of climate and energy crisis, people are more aware about the resources and think of sharing instead of owning. And we, as librarians, are experts in organizing it. Library of Things has been a trend in German libraries with a variety of things: music instruments, sport equipment, or IT hardware. And recommendment for small libraries with not many space, see it on the left, the seed library. Patrons can take the seeds with them, let them grow, and bring back seeds the next year. This is very efficiently. We in Freiburg, we started small with energy meter. That was for practical reasons, because last winter, when the costs for energy exploded, people want to know how they can save energy. And this was very appreciated by our users. And now we are on a way and we go ahead. Let me start with two impressions. I joined the IFLA conference in Rotterdam in August. You know, I'm a member of the section for public libraries. In our business meeting, we present reports about the situation in our countries to inform the colleagues to see what are similar developments or different ones. This year, in every country report, it was mentioned that libraries are under pressure because of media collections or events related to sex education, questions of gender and diversity. Second impression is a brand new study of the Bertelsmann Foundation in Germany about attitudes and worries of young people in Germany 2023. It says that young people with lower education level don't appreciate democracy as the best form of government. Only 40%. What we as libraries stand for is free access to information, freedom of speech. These are values for librarians. I never thought that we as librarians have to defend the values we stand for nowadays. An example in Germany, nationwide noticed, was an event for children with a drag queen in a branch library in Munich, which took place with demonstrations in front of the library door of pro and contra representatives, and all this with police protection. This was extreme. In Germany, libraries can work independently, but there are signals that our independent work is threatened. As a reaction for these negative developments, the Library Association in Germany gives support to the libraries with papers, how to tackle with people try to influence the acquisition policy. In addition, the library associations support the libraries in organizing trainings for libraries, especially in the smaller villages. In the program, libraries can learn how to organize such events, how they can network in their community, and how they can improve the dialogue. In Freiburg, we were not yet infected by these troubles in a relevant way. But what we see is that especially young people don't have the awareness of the problem of unquestioned dissemination of false news. This has to be created among pupils. We organize trainings with school classes where pupils learn to deal critically with news reports. I suppose this is a field where you are all active in the same way. In Germany, there's an initiative from the Schleswig-Holstein Library Center, the Fake Hunters. During the simulation game, the young people learn to uncover fake news. They work in a small team as detectives. With the help of the fake-checking tools and various reliable sources from the internet, databases, and libraries, they are to check facts and verify them. For strengthening democracy, international contacts and cross-border exchange help being open-minded and keep dialogue running. This is the reason why I appreciate the initiative of the Czech-German Partnership of Libraries a lot. And as one result, the participation of a group of young German colleagues at this conference. Where are you? Hi. In Freiburg, we have two legs in international affairs. One is the Europe Direct Center, which is directly located in the main library. So many people notice its information and events. The other leg is our cooperation with our partner library in Mulhouse, in France, for many years. For 30 years, our mobile libraries have an exchange. One Friday afternoon per month, the Bibliobus of Mulhouse is in front of our library, and people can borrow French media. One Saturday per month, our mobile library is in Mulhouse in front of the main library. The good news is that the interest in the other culture cross-border stayed strong. But I stop here in this issue because we are going to talk about cross-border cooperation in the workshop tomorrow. Let me end and summarize. Libraries are back and more important than ever. Libraries won digital competency and standing. Users want both printed and digital media. So libraries have to fight for enough budget to provide users. Challenges are the relevance of libraries in society increases in relation to sustainability, in relation to democracy. Thank you very much for your attention. If we are running out of time now to answer your questions, I'm here today and tomorrow, so come to me. I'm looking forward to talking to you and sharing experiences. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please stay at the booth because we do have some questions. So the very first question I have here for you, what is a Europe Direct Library at the Public Library of Freiburg?
Europe Direct. Europe Direct, these are information centers spread all over Europe. Maybe there is one in Olomouc? Yes, it is. In all the European countries, and they are a bridge between the European Commission, the institutions, and the citizens. They are questions. In Freiburg, our special setting is people live in France, work in Germany. What do I have to think about it? To think about, or about other for students to do some to get some funding like Erasmus and these practical things. And it's absolutely perfect that the Europe Direct is in the public library, because in my library we have about 2,000 visitors per day. So they are aware of this Europe Direct point.
Thank you. Otázky můžete samozřejmě klást i česky přes slajdu, nebo se můžete přihlásit, jestli chcete. Okay, I have another question here for you. Do you have anybody in your library who studied bibliotecs pedagogic? Do you think it would be helpful for working with children and young people?
Mm-hmm. We don't have a specialist in pedagogic education. We are librarians, but in Germany we have a lack of librarians. We have so many problems to find librarians for the jobs. So we extend the qualification. So we have some others, like teachers or have studied literature and similar subjects, and we try to integrate them. We try to benefit from their special knowledge, and we teach them our special things.
Thank you. Yeah. Actually, I would like to ask my question as well. You mentioned that beside all the other things you do, and that's very impressive, you also have 1 million circulations a year, right? Yeah. 400,000 of which are actually children's circulations. And all that activities is backed up by 38 full-time equivalent, right? Mm-hmm.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, but
what kind of magic is behind that? Because that's very impressive, actually.
Yeah, it's self-service. So the returns and the loans, it's all self-service. We don't do this on our desk.
Okay, so. Thank you. Okay, that seems to be no other questions. So thank you very much. And any other questions you have, you can contact Ulrike, and she will answer your questions. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you.